Make a slight left turn onto Thorn Grove Pike.
Because I would have originally yesterday thought I was going to wake up today and the flight was not going to happen. Could be a possibility no matter what happens. I go to tell at the airport, I could book that if the flight does not happen. I'm just going to see where the day goes. And I'm inviting you to just a long intro to join me. It's raining on me. Shall you? Yep, once again, hopefully, leaving town. Well, I'm leaving town. I just don't know if it'll be today, but I would imagine it will be today. Leaving town once again and hitting the skies and the roads. Got quite a few places I'm going to be going over the next, I don't know, let's call it 5 weeks or so. And just to be on the precautious side, they have tied up the chairs here so they don't blow away. And I don't want to say there's any surf or any kind of wake or anything, but this is a little more ripply than it usually is. I imagine cool is find a nice little cubby hole to relax in. So I'm going to say goodbye to Celebration for a little while. I mean, who knows? I might end up being back over here later this evening, but I'm hoping that it all goes well, where I will be in Atlanta later on at some point this evening. And just to clarify, the main bulk of the storm has already passed by this area. The problem is I'm going to be in the flight path of where parts of it will be. So will the plane be rerouted? Will the flight take place another time? Or will everything, will I go directly over it? Will I fly over it? I don't know. Yeah, I got this is actually pretty smart. You just don't want the wind blowing all the chairs over like this. So it never, a lot of the hurricanes will usually go across through Tampa. They will go either from the west or the east coast of Florida and across central Florida. But this time, we just got some outer bands here in central Florida. Now, yesterday I drove down to Miami and back up. Didn't get a whole heck of a lot of sleep last night. I also in the gym, lifting a little bit of weights, and they say that when you lift weights, it adds a little bit of muscle, but I have lost a good chunk of pounds. A lot of standing water around here. So this here is the completed, well, not completed because I hit the gym today. I'm not stopping. I'm continuing on. Part of the reason I didn't get a lot of slumber is I got back at like 2:30 last night and got up early, hit the gym, and now I'm heading to drop my car off and then head to the airport. But here's when I started the weight loss. So back in April, I was at 260 pounds, which is the heaviest I've been probably in the last couple of years. Needed to do something about that. I dropped 9 pounds. Then I dropped 3 more pounds. Then I kind of went on a mission, if you will, and I lost down to 237. Started gaining a few back. I didn't even want to weigh myself. I felt so, just didn't feel good about myself, so I didn't weigh myself. And then I started this 50-day thing, and now this morning I am at 216.0. So I started at 260. I have lost 44 pounds since April 19th and 21 pounds since my last weigh-in. Heck yeah. Yeah, just double checked. Flight at this moment still good to go.
Turn left onto
Going to my parents for a little bit before going to the airport. So I got some time. It'd be amazing if this thing actually gets off the ground today. All right, I've been at my parents for a little while. I got this alert a while back. My flight was going to take off at 4:30. It's now been pushed to 6:28. So I haven't even left to go to the airport yet. But the flight that's coming down from Atlanta has not even left Atlanta. So basically it's a back and forth because the storm right now is just tail end outer bands is just under Atlanta. So I think it's going to probably even be delayed more than 6:28. So keep in mind, this has been pushed back 2 hours. Originally 4:30 was the takeoff. Now it's 6:28. It's 3:58 at the moment. So you go to where is my plane, which is kind of neat that you can do this. And it's going to show where the plane is, still sitting on the tarmac up there in Atlanta, awaiting takeoff. So I've been following this for a little bit. It was supposed to take off at 3:32 and then get to MCO at 5:33 to prepare for cleaning, and then everyone else to get on and take off back to Atlanta at 6:28. But it's still sitting, hasn't even gotten on the runway yet, awaiting takeoff.
Turn left
A half
onto
hour
Thorn
after it's
Grove.
supposed to take off. So this is going to get pushed back even more. So it's not even probably going to land till 6:30, which means I probably not even at this moment. I have.
Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful sunny day today. No humidity. Gonna be a high of 82. Gonna go back to the ferry tonight and finish up the editing of the videos.
Off that direction, so I guess it's kind of heading a northeast-ish. So you still got these outer bands of the hurricane. So a plane obviously does not or cannot or should not fly directly south to land down here. I got my celebration punched in there. And that's going to turn around and go back up. So this needs to keep making its way over, because evidently they don't want to fly over that. You don't want to fly through it. So they're waiting for that to move before the plane that's up here heads down to Orlando.
Looking for bladder leak protection that neutralizes odors and keeps you dry? Try new Depend Fresh Protection. It absorbs 25 times.
A different approach to heading down, but it's in flight. All right. I think I must start heading to the airport. All right, a little windy here at MCO, not too bad. Obviously the storm is way past here. Got the control tower up there. Got dropped off, and now I head in. Second one from the bottom. 4 in a row were delayed at the top. Actually actually more than 4, but the top 4 all in a row are delayed. Mine included. Flight number 2625. Originally was going to depart at 4:35. Now departing at 6:22. It's blinking. It's the second one down. Delay, 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 delay. It's not, at least it's happening now. I can handle delay as long as getting out tonight. Looks like it's going to happen. Flight 2625 to Atlanta. Delta Airlines. Gate number 74 is where I got to go. I was thinking maybe if the flight didn't happen, I would just rent a room right here. That way I'd have to go back home, and that way if the flight got rerouted or changed, or another airline, the one I had didn't happen, I could just be right here. But it looks like I'm not going to have to go that mode. Right here, wet floor. So the celebration fountain was not on. Leave everything like the laptop could stay in the bag. Pretty nice. I am looking for gate number 74. Alright, so this gate link is just now leaving, so I gotta wait for the next one. Actually, both gate links are leaving. Wait for the next two. Alright, the gate link, I believe that's what it's called, is pulling into the station. You see the palm trees kind of waving in the breeze out there. It's the transportation device that takes you over to your appropriate gate. Gate 74, I believe, is the one I need. Oh, they're both pulling into the station. Look how retro these things are. Love it. Very retro. I even like the colored lights they have up top there. The neon lights stretch across the top. Factory. They have all kind of beads here for $18.95 each, all these beads. There's a lot more necklaces than there are beads though. I guess there are some beads there. Pure shopping magic. Here in the little vestibule, little area. Looks like this is going to happen for me today. It looks like I am going to be getting on a plane and going to Atlanta. Just goes to show you just never know. Just shy of 5:20. Which means the plane is going to be taking off in just about an hour. Oh wait, it says delayed. No. Okay. Delayed. Okay, yeah, 6:18. So it should be boarding in half hour, about 20 minutes, and then taking off in an hour. I ended up forgetting. It's out there. It's a much clearer view of gate 75. Getting ready to do a pushback here, more or less, of this. You can see the pilots getting all ready there. Yeah, I think they're getting ready to do the pushback from 75. Gonna witness the pushback. I kind of wonder how many. I didn't see anything on the board about nothing that was completely canceled, but definitely a lot of delays. Talking to a guy in line, the little checkpoint line, he said his flight was pushed back like 4 or 5 hours today too. He's going to Vegas. So evidently, not just Atlanta. I don't know why the one going to Vegas would have been postponed, but weather everywhere. Oh, the lights are blinking. It's going forward. Backward. Making the connection. The connection's already been made, and now the pushback is happening. So for what I've always heard, a plane just never go in reverse by its own accord. It's always pushed back by one of these little tug car vehicles. And then once it gets back to a certain point, the jet engines are what pushes the plane forward. But reverse, there's no reason, or maybe they're not capable of backing up, or just they don't want to utilize the fuel or and burning the engine out to go backwards. I don't know, it's layman's terms. I obviously don't know what I'm talking about at all, but I just know when a plane goes in reverse. It always is pushed back by this little tug thing. Pretty cool. Scheduled 4:30 p.m. to Atlanta. I am so excited that I'm actually getting there today.
Larger item in the overhead bin. If you're traveling with the rollerboard, please place it in the overhead bin. Those are handles first, and then inside, like the book in the bookshelf, this will help us accommodate as many bags as possible on tonight's flight. We do ask that you please take your assigned seat tonight. The flight will be somewhat light, but we do ask that you please take your assigned seat for weight balance issues. Thank you very much for joining us.
It's a light flight.
For the amount of aircraft that could fly north and south, and for that reason, this aircraft was delayed on its inbound flight from Atlanta. Good news is most of the hurricane effects are to the northeast of our route. We're going to be planning to fly west of the weather. Looks like a pretty good ride, and very quick 1 hour, 10 minutes of flight time. There are some outer bands of the hurricane that currently have some storms north of Atlanta. As of right now, it looks like Atlanta's going to stay clear, but if that changes, we'll of course update you, and we'll be keeping you safe and away from the weather. Again, 1 hour, 10 minutes of flight time. We'll update you once airborne with the accurate arrival time into Atlanta. To apologize for your patience, we do thank you for choosing Delta. Again, welcome aboard.
Traffic ain't bad out here today. Ain't bad at all.
today. A lot of clouds. Flying high above the clouds. And once again, going to dip under the clouds. Very quick flight. Cloud City from Empire Strikes Back. I wonder if Lando's out there somewhere. It's freaking beautiful. Beautiful cloud formations. About to land. Oh, I can see downtown over there, barely. Just like that, I am about to arrive in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm back. off the plane, I'm going to take the MARTA into downtown. The MARTA is the train, basically Atlanta's subway. Really long plane. Hotlanta, I'm here. I never knew where it got the name Hotlanta or why it's called that. Is it the humidity? There it is. The plane arrived at gate B5. B5. Walking very quickly on the moving walkway, which is doubling the speed. But take a look at this little foresty area in here. All the greenery up on the roof and the sounds of the woodland creatures as I'm walking through here at a very quick pace. And it's not just one room like this. You go from here, caution moving sidewalk ends, then you go into another one. Oh, I just heard, that's like a bird making a noise. Isn't this neat? This is the usual MARTA entrance that I go to. Please use the other entrance to access the station. Look at this roof. It looks like something's been going on with this roof here. So I guess I should walk down there and see if that's what this is for. I don't know where the other one would be. Please use the other entrance access to the station. I'm not sure where the other one is. Next to the big shoe shine chair. The Atlanta skyline. Alright, so I'm going to guess around this corner this MARTA station is not open. Oh, yeah, definitely not open. Station rehabilitate. Oh, there's William Shatner. Alright, pretty quick and simple. WI they said to go to, or W1. That was W2. So just right down here. They have plenty of signs directing the way to go. Feels pretty good outside. Okay, I gotta get my Breeze card over here. Oh wait, this one has no credit or debit. Okay, no credit or debit. Out of order. Out of order. Out of order. This was not out of order, so I'll do this one. Alright, I got my Breeze ticket. It's not a Breeze card, just a one-way Breeze ticket for $3.50. Should get me right to downtown. There's me in the reflection. I gotta grab my coffee. Don't forget this. Now the elevator's this way. Remember a few years ago, I was going down the same area showing this mural, and I got yelled at by an employee saying, "No filming the murals." Going up. I bought a $3.50 card, one way. Didn't get a Breeze card, just got a Breeze ticket. It will take me down to where I gotta go. One way direct. It's about a 15-20 minute ride on the old MARTA. Getting pretty familiar with flying into Atlanta. Hope I can hear it. Look at that, there it goes. There it is. Odds of that phone working? I don't know. Alright, so the rain is coming down, and here comes one of the train lines. I'm gonna hop on this right here. It's a little WD-40. This is many hills. To the street level. Look at this thing. There was one year, 3 or 4 years ago, a couple years ago, that this thing was broken. I didn't want to wait for the elevator, which is on the other side of the MARTA station exit. And I walked up, should have taken the elevator that time, but I didn't. So I was hiking up with this and my backpack, hoofing up 846 steps. Yeah, you know you've arrived. Not 100%.